guys, this is Rosakelly. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new Patreon video. So today we are going to be creating a scrapbook layout. So I wanted to create this new series of videos just doing a simple scrapbook layout, one every month, mainly to document the journey. I do want to create one kind of highlighting something that I did with my girls during the month, and I think it will be really fun to at the end of the year kind of have a scrapbook with one page for each month. Maybe we will do more, but I just thought this would be a really fun kind of crafty project to incorporate into the month. And so yeah, so this month the highlight, well, technically this is going to be for January. The highlight was a trip that I took with my girls for one of my daughter's birthday. We went to Maui, and I want to create a scrapbook or a scrapbook page to highlight that trip and just kind of collect a couple pictures. So I am going to mainly be using collections from my stash that kind of match the theme that I'm going for. And as you can see, this is a collection that I have already started. I have some 12 by 12, I have some A4. It's just a lot of pages, and of course I've used it, but I have plenty to continue creating with these. So I want my page, although simple, I still want it to be interactive, even if it's just on a simple 12 by 12 page. So I am using, just for reference, this collection by Ciao Bella called Summer Breeze. I do have the entire set, or what is left of the 12 by 12, the A4, some of the 8 by 8s. I have some of the 6 by 6, I think. Yeah, so I just have plenty of paper. So I'll probably be also doing a cute little mini album with this. But once I break into a collection and I have a lot of loose pieces like these, I do store them all, because there's a lot of things on these pouches, just so you know. And I get these at Hobby Lobby. I think they're like $1 each or 70 cents or something like that. They're super practical because I can just put all of that in here, even the tiniest of little scraps that I don't know why I save, but you know, you never know when you want to add a little, kind of like a little banner or flag or something, and just put it there. But it drives me crazy having these all over the place, so I just put it all on those pouches, and it just makes it really neat and somehow organized. Okay, so we are going to start. I'm gonna get a couple of 12 by 12 sheets, and again, like I said, I want this to be a very simple process. So I was first looking at a page for the base. As you can see, this is already kind of collage and so beautiful, but I do want to have a focus point and highlight my own memories or pictures. So I was thinking on using the background that has these really nice stripe colors, and then maybe a page like this, because this place here, this location, looks exactly like the beach that we were at, because we didn't stay like at a resort or anything like that. We stayed at kind of like a beach house from ocean front, and we literally got out of the house and walked to the beach, and it was so private. It was not a private beach, but it was like so private like this that it looks just exactly like that. And this, I love that image for that. And then I'm thinking maybe incorporating some elements, some cut apart. This will be a nice background too, because I only want the outline, but this looks too much like jeans, you know, like the jean, what do you call that material, you know, like the pants denim, and I don't like that too much. So I think I'm gonna use these for the outline of the 12 by 12, which means I don't have to really lose all of the inside of the page, I'm just gonna cut a window, and that way I can save some of the inside for something else. I'm gonna keep all of these here on the side, so I really hope that you don't mind the mess that's gonna be tucked into the side. I also have some flowers, but I'm thinking I'm gonna put all of these 12 by 12 pages at on a scrapbook book, like a 12 by 12 book, so I might want to keep the pages flat, but these flowers will match really pretty with this collection, I think. So that's why I was thinking maybe I'll do a cute little mini album also. But anyway, back to these. I'm going to just cut the inside. So I'm gonna use this cutter, because this cutter here is really good for opening like windows. So I'm just gonna line this up to the one. There's a 1 inch here, so I'm gonna line this to the one, and then I'm going to move my knife all the way to the one over here, and so we're gonna line that up. So I'm gonna go from the 1 until the 11, which is this one here, and then I'm going to rotate and do the same. Line this one here on the side. Okay, and now I'm gonna go from the 11 back to the 1, and then I'm going to rotate again at the 1 inch. I'm gonna put that to line up right there, and then again I'm gonna go from the 1 to the 11, and then finally this here, we're gonna go from the 11 back to the 1. We should be able to take out this window here, and we can save this design for something else. Okay, so now we have that. Now I'm also going to be using just a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock to use as a base. So here is my 12 by 12 piece that we're gonna use as a base, and I'm just gonna glue these right on top, going all the way on all the sides, of course. So if my voice sounds like it's cracking, I just came back from my daughter's volleyball tournament, which was all day. We left the house at 6 a.m. and we got home at 6 p.m. It's been an all-day journey, but I have been itching to craft, and I did take a nap in the car because they had a 2-hour window in between games, and I said, okay, you hang out with your friends and I'm gonna go to the car and take a little nap. That's why probably this is why I'm not super tired, but oh my gosh, I could not keep my eyes open anymore. I was so tired. At around, what time was that nap? It was from like 2, no, it was from like 1 to 3, yes. And then it had more games. And so my throw, let me get my cutter here 1 second. So my throat is a little bit itchy, not because I was screaming on the tournament. I don't do that anymore, guys. I used to be the crazy mom, like, oh, and now I'm just like, I keep it quiet. But I was talking to my fellow volleyball moms, and it's so loud that you almost have to like scream to speak. And so I'm having a nice cup of tea right now. Okay, so I just went ahead and trimmed some of the extra, and so we have our 12 by 12 base, so we're gonna put that over there. And now I'm thinking this will be the main background, but I'm going to cut this down, so I'm gonna reduce this to maybe 11.5 by 11.5. And let's see how this looks. I do want to have enough of this outline, so I might cut it even smaller. just realized this is not even here, so I'm just gonna cut it a bit to be even. So let's see here. So yeah, so I might make it just a little bit smaller. So let's do 11 1/4. Okay, let's take that out. 11 1/4 by 11 1/4 here. Okay, and then I'm going to add this piece. Sorry about that. Okay, we're just gonna put these right there. So I think we can see enough of the side outline. So I am okay with that. Now, before I go ahead and make this final, I am going to be adding a little bit of a waterfall in here. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make a little opening. So I'm gonna grab this cutter here again, and you're gonna do just like a little slit here. You can pencil line it before cutting it, but I'm just gonna go for it here. So again, I'm going to line this up at the 1 inch, and then now this measures from here to here is 11 1/4, but I'm going to put my cutter at 10 1/4. Okay, so I have 1 inch. Actually, I'm just gonna do 10 1/2. Okay, so I'm gonna go from 10 1/2 to 6. Okay, so 10 1/2 to 6 is gonna be my opening. Okay, so this is the opening here. So this opening is 4 1/4, right? And we are going to, or 4 1/4 or 4 1/2, I think. I'm actually gonna measure. I'm not on my best math moment right now because I am exhausted from the tournament. Okay, so my opening is 4 3/4, which means my little waterfall page is going to be 4 1/2. Okay, so I'm going to bring this back and pick some of these pieces. So now I'm looking for something that could be double-sided, and I don't want some of these tags or anything like that. I just want, and I don't know if this collection will have anything like that because everything is kind of background on one side and cut apart on the other side. So I might have to just pick something. Okay, so let's see. Love the collection. It's so pretty. So many things that we can do with this. Okay, so here looks like this is a background page that is actually double-sided. So this might work perfect for what I want. So I'm going to cut this piece at 4 1/2. And then I'm going to make this go all the way down to kind of like the middle of the water. So I'm just gonna measure from here to here will be probably about 7. So this is 4 1/2, and we are going to cut these at 7 1/2. Okay, 4 1/2, 7 1/2, and score along the 7 1/2. I'm going to score at 1/2 inch along the top. Okay, so that's gonna be the piece that is going to go inside the slits opening piece right there. Okay, so I'm gonna put that here, and on the back we're just gonna make that go in. Okay, and we're gonna glue this on the back. So I'm gonna add my glue and then fold these from the back right there. Okay, so that is in, and then here on the front this is gonna open as one big piece. Okay, now on top of this section is where I'm going to do my waterfall. So maybe I'll do a couple more pieces of these, and I'm going to cut these ones now at 4.5 by, still 4.5 by 6. Okay, so 2 pieces of 4.5 by 6, and I'm going to score at 1/2 inch along the 6 inches. So 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. Okay, and now we can fold and fold along the score lines, and then back here we are going to glue these waterfall pieces now on top. Okay, so it will be an actual waterfall. So we're gonna add this piece right along the top, right there. press down, open that up, and we're gonna add the second waterfall piece. Where that 1/2 inch ends, we're gonna glue this next one here. We're just gonna put that right there. Okay, so now we have our waterfall, and this is gonna open and that way I love creating more places for pictures, even though this is all going to be contained in a 12 by 12 scrapbook. And you might be wondering, how are you going to put these, or how are you even going to look at your pictures if you put this on a 12 by 12 sleeve? So I will show you how we're going to do that. I hope I have any sleeves. I think I do, or I might have to take one from something else. But we're just going to go ahead now and glue this down. And I think I'm done with this big cutter. Okay. And so we are just gonna save these. I don't think I want to keep all of these, but okay. So we're gonna go ahead and glue this whole piece down. Okay, I think that should be good. Let's turn this over, and we're gonna place that right here like that. And let's make sure we're going straight. There we go. And then press down, press down. I love this paper because it just feels so soft in your hands. It's almost like a glossy paper. Very soft. Okay, so now we have our main image here, which is the palm trees, the places where we're going to be putting our pictures. You can even put a picture here, or even, since this color is so light, you can do a little journaling in there with some black pen. Okay, so now all I'm gonna do is decorate this layout and add little details. Again, I have a lot on this collection for that, but it's just a bit all over the place. So let's look at this together. I think that maybe here we could put, well, actually I'm gonna leave that blank for a picture. But I love something that has, I want these Hawaiian flowers. Adventures are the best way to learn. I love that too. Okay, so maybe this is a maybe. I could use these too. I really want to use those flowers. Maybe I can cut these flowers here. Oh, actually, I think I will do that. Actually, I want these flowers. So I'm just gonna maybe fussy cut these flowers, this little edge, and we can put this somewhere on the page. It's too much going on in here. Okay, let me put that over here. I think we can put that somewhere on the side. Oh, the girls were so excited, and we had the best time because we were all in the moment. Like, nobody was on their phone, nobody was, you know, busy doing something else. We were all just in the moment. Even after hanging out at the beach, we were, you know, just like in the little house, playing games. We bought a couple games from Target, like board games, and we just had the best time playing the games until too late at night. But yes, vacation, really relaxing. Okay, so I'm incorporating those flowers here, so when I'm ready to put my picture, these flowers will kind of show on the side. I'll probably put a 4x6 picture on here, and I think that will be really cute. All right, so that is one step. Let's see what else we have from here. Oh, I really like this that says happiness comes in waves. Okay, so I'm just gonna start adding these things as we see them because it could get overwhelming really quickly, and so I like to make fast decisions. So sometimes I get decision block when I have too many options. Like, I have a lot of options in this collection, and sometimes it's not about picking the perfect piece, but just pick the pieces that are kind of speaking to you. Like, I could go and hunt for something else, but this is absolutely perfect, so I'm just gonna commit to this here because I like this process to still be, I want it to look beautiful, but also I want it to be relaxing, and I don't want to put pressure on myself to make it absolutely perfect. So it's the documenting of the memories that makes it actually perfect. So that's what we're gonna go for, and I'll probably print some pictures just so I can finish the layouts and show you how it looks with the pictures. Okay, so I'm inking in here on these little text pieces to make this kind of stand out a little bit more because it's blue on the blue background, so it will get lost on the page really quickly. But by inking, you're creating a little bit of definition here. Okay, and I like how that looks. I wish I can find a sea turtle, so maybe I'll hunt. I don't know if this collection will have any of that, but it will be perfect. Okay, so over here it says happiness comes in waves, and I'm gonna put that over here somewhere. And isn't that so true? Because in life, I mean, we try to be happy every day, and I try to be very mindful and appreciate the days as they are, even difficult, long, tiring days. You know, it can't always be 100% happiness. And that's why I think it's perfect saying the happiness comes in waves. And this right here was one big wave. Like, we were so happy on this trip. Okay, so I think one more thing I really want to look for is that sea turtle, and I might have to borrow that from a different collection. Honestly, I don't even know if it will be here. And I don't know if I can think of something, but I have no clue where I recently saw some sea turtles. I might have to go to, I do have some, actually, now that I'm mentioning, I do have some, like, what do you call this, tour guide thingies that I got when we were looking for our tours. So I'm wondering if there is a sea turtle. Oh my gosh, I see one here. That will be perfect to incorporate. So we went to the sea, what do you call this, the aquarium, is that what it is? Sea World. It's not a Sea World park, it's just an aquarium thing on. It would be nice to put this map. That's why I want to make a mini album, because I have so many things for this trip. But we went, I don't know what it's called, but when we went, it's kind of like an aquarium, right? And after that, we went to the gift shop because my daughter wanted a little Pandora charm, and that was the only Pandora store in the whole island inside the gift shop. And so we went to the gift shop, and they had a section of Pandora. And I got her little charm because it was her memory and for her birthday also. And on that store, we saw Stephanie Tanner. If you watch Full House or Fuller House now on Netflix, you know, one of the sisters, Stephanie, was there, like, walking around. The gift shop was empty, by the way. It was just us and her husband. And we were just like, oh my gosh, what? Because, I mean, let me tell you, in this house, we watch Fuller House all day, every day. It's just in the background. It's either Fuller House or Hamilton. That's the only two things that we're really just kind of playing on the background when we're all playing games or, you know, hanging out together. And so it was kind of like a moment. And so she was super nice. You know, we say hi to her and we said, oh, we're here celebrating my daughter's, it's her birthday today. And it happened to be, out of all the days that we were there, it happened to be right on her birthday. So we said, oh, it's her birthday today. And she was the nicest, like super sweet. She was like, oh my gosh, happy birthday. And asking her, how old are you? My daughter was turning 17. Can you believe it? And so she was like, oh my gosh, happy birthday. And what are you guys, how are you celebrating? And oh my gosh, the sweetest person. And then, of course, the girls took a picture with her. So maybe I can put one of those pictures here too. And it was just a highlight of our trip, honestly. And out of all the days on her birthday, and the reason why we went to that Pandora, because my oldest daughter said, I'll get you a Pandora charm for your, you know, for your birthday, so you can have it as like a memory. And it was just the sweetest thing too. It was kind of like a 2-in-1 gift. I'm gonna put the pictures of the island. I think that would be kind of cute to sprinkle around over here, so we know it was Maui where we went. Or I mean, of course we will know, but just to make this layout really cute. And maybe I'll put Maui if I can find a Maui something. But yeah, so I highly recommend just taking a few minutes to create a layout, even if you're documenting the everyday. Like, I was honestly thinking on documenting, I love to crochet or knit, and I think it's so funny when the cats, and they all take turns, believe me, because they love the yarn. I'm just taking out this little white space, but I think I just made it uneven. That's okay. And so I think it's the funniest thing when they come to me, the minute I grab the yarn, my little kitty, the baby one, it starts meowing because she wants me to move the yarn and play. But my other cat wants to just like cuddle. It's just so cute. So those are the type of moments that I want to really document, you know, the types that celebrate everyday life and the day-to-day. And I want to remember that. I want to remember that 10 years from now, you know, how sweet the cats were and how sweet life was just on a normal daily basis. It's life is very beautiful. And although we have our challenging moments, days, we still need to appreciate everything. I can't remember where we got these. Oh, I took my daughter to this restaurant for her birthday inside the Four Seasons, and I guess they gave us that as a souvenir. But oh my gosh, I won't forget. I won't forget that restaurant, because let me tell you, it was $69 for a spaghetti. I don't even know if the spaghetti had meatballs or not, because we ended up not getting the spaghetti, but insane, so crazy. And obviously we were there for a celebration, but I was like, how do people just do this on a normal basis? That's crazy. That's too much. Okay, so I think I'm actually pretty good with this layout right now. I do want something to say Maui in here, so I can put it. So if I don't find anything that says Maui, I can always add some like alpha stickers. Let's check the drawers. I know I have stickers, but I don't know that they will match that particular color. Oh, I have some of these that won't match either. So I might have to either cut some on my Cricut, which I'm not doing right now, or I can stamp something. I mean, I can figure it out. This looks very Christmassy to me, so I won't use that. And this is just not matching, so I won't do that. But I'm hoping I can find something that says Maui. I mean, this is Maui. Yeah, let's just, you know what? Let's just use that. I was looking for something bigger, but I think this is good. We can cut these. And this is why I pick up all of these things and bring them home. Because, I mean, we didn't actually do the helicopter ride. My daughter was like, no way, I'm not doing that. And I was excited to do it, but hey, if they don't want to do it, I don't want to pay. You know, it was, I think, $100 per person. I was like, oh, okay, if you don't want to do it, I'm okay with that. It was all about relaxing at the beach, and I'm okay with that. Okay, so I'm gonna cut these a little bit more even over here and over here. Okay, well, that actually looks perfect, and then we can put that right there. That actually worked out. I love it. I'm gonna make it a little bit more even on the spacing. I really hope I don't mess it up. Okay, that's good. Oh, so perfect. I love it. Okay, so we are just going to glue these. I'm actually looking forward to these layouts. And again, we can highlight a simple day or a beautiful sunset. We always take pictures of the sunsets when we're driving. Or just, you know, around right today when we were finishing the tournament, we took a picture of the sunset right outside the door because it's so beautiful. And you can always document that. Okay, so here is our layout. I love that it says Maui. I'm gonna be printing my pictures, and then I'm gonna bring the sleeve so we can kind of put it all together. Okay, so here are my pictures added. I went ahead and printed just 3 of these. You can definitely add another one on the back. So I got the one with my 3 girls, the one on my daughter's birthday on her dinner, and then this is the one with Stephanie and Tanner. And then on the back here, I went ahead and just did a little bit of journaling. And so now we're gonna go ahead and put these onto our sleeve, and I'm gonna show you how I make the opening so you can still enjoy the interactive element of these, without having to take your page out of the film every time you're going through your scrapbook page. So as you know, these pages will go on a big 12 by 12 album here. So I just have this one. All the pages are out actually, and I have multiple layouts. Let me show you some of these that I still need to add. For example, this is a film, and then here is the layout, and I can still open these pages and make the book really interactive. So it's kind of like a combination of mini album-ish into a scrapbook layout page. Now, of course, this part here will not have the film, so you can always just put the entire film in, or the entire layout on the film, and just take it in and out. But I like having it so we can flip through the pages. So I'm going to mark from where to where I want to have these openings. So I went ahead and put this in, and I'm gonna probably just do a little point here from here where I want to cut. So I'm just gonna make a little point and a little point over here as well. Okay, so now that I have those two marks, I can go ahead and take these out. And I'm gonna use a little cutting surface. If you don't have this, you can use like a piece of chipboard. You just don't want to scratch your table, and you don't want to cut the back side of that. Okay, so here I have the dot and the other dot. So I'm just gonna line it up. This one helps because it has the lines, so that way I can know when I'm cutting straight. And I'm just gonna put that right here, and with my X-Acto knife I am just gonna cut right there. So I'm just gonna make the little opening on the plastic sleeve. So let's check. All right, so that is open, and now I'm just going to put my page back. So this time I'm gonna open it, and I'm going to insert these, okay, and pass this through, and then I'm going to close these excuse my voice, and then I'm going to pass the whole waterfall. And this is why I didn't do the waterfall on sections here. I just have one flap, because this way it will be a lot easier to just put these through that opening. So now the opening is here, and I can continue sliding this in, and there you go. So now, oops, I dropped that. Now we have your scrapbook layout. We will do another one on the back here, and you can look at your pictures, and then at the end you can put a picture here, but I just have a little journaling section there. And so there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was super relaxing to create this scrapbook layout, and I love documenting fresh of the moment. I'm gonna try to do these videos very consistently every month and document some of the memories or the highlights of the month. And again, they can be a vacation, a celebration, a day in the life, a combination of your favorite things, the TV shows you're watching, you know, just the minutes that you take out of your life to create something like this. It's so relaxing, beneficial. I call it my crafting therapy, and I hope that you guys enjoy the video. And I want to thank you so much for being part of my Patreon, and I'll see you guys on the next one.